Welcome to our road school adventures. The other day we decided to explore this town called Red Oak 2, which came into being by one artist named Lowell Davis. He grew up in the original Red Oak. It's about 25 to 30 miles away from where Red Oak 2 stands now. After he came back as an adult, he found that his town was run down like a lot of old small towns. And so he started buying up some of the buildings. He bought up his grandma's house, which is the first house that you see on the property. And then he bought his grandpa's blacksmith shop and put that on the property. And then after that, he started buying up buildings that he liked in the town, that he wanted to remember in the town. And then after he ran out of buildings that he wanted, he then decided to buy buildings around the local area that have significant historical importance. And then the current house that he lives in on the property was owned by a famous outlaw that rode with Jesse James. And then you have the Dalton Gang's house, which is there on the property. And then you got a couple gas stations from Route 66. And then you have several other buildings that people just thought were no good or were scrap that he found, and he basically restored them. And he restored them from stuff that people didn't want. Everything he made there was from stuff that people were just throwing away. And he saw it as art, and he made the art the way he wanted it to make the town what it is today. And then he sold off all the properties several years back, besides for the one he lives on. And there's a small little community that has formed where about 4 or 5 people live there. And then on Saturday nights, which is the night that we went, they have several people come and they just play different type of music there in the church, which the church sits next to an empty cemetery where he got all the headstones for free, as long as he took the name off or was able to contact the family members. And then the other people in the community help take care of the property that you see today. Well, I hope you enjoy the video. Bye.
This is not just an ordinary bridge. There's only 2 places this side of the Mississippi to where they did this. Lowell had this bridge built special, and if you look underneath, it looks like a big old tuning fork.
Okay, sure.
Okay, see, and what it does is it picks up vibrations, so it acts like an antenna. And at certain times, you can stick your ear to that metal part of that bridge and you can hear music.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'll see if it's in tune, and if it is, then your kids can listen to it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So this is the bridge. See, and it usually picks up better on this side over here. I don't know why. I mean, what do I know about radios, you know? Turn them on, turn them off, and there they are. So, anyhow, we'll see here. Yeah. Here.
Here, baby.
Just here right there. And listen to it and tell me what you hear. Do you hear any music? Maybe you need to listen. See if you can hear. You know what kind of music you hear?
No.
You hear heavy metal.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
I'm pulling your leg.
He got you. Yeah, me too.
I do that for a lot of people. Especially kids, that's why I
Yeah.
mention them.
That's
But
funny.
I always thought that airplane over there was really neat, unique.
Yeah, we saw that. We got that. Yeah, we already went through and took a whole bunch of pictures.
Oh yeah, you can, and you know, he's done a lot of stuff, like he's just made that peacock out of junk. I mean, you know, same thing with the goat up there on top of the
Tractor. I knew that was a goat.
Yeah, but did you really look and see what that goat's made out of?
A lot
It's pretty
of stuff.
funny. He's got ribs and everything.
Got
Look
hair
at
and
him, come
feet.
here. And this, I'm done pulling your leg. That's the only thing that I do.
Do you know anything about that house over there that's for rent?
You can knock on the door of the greenhouse and they can tell you.
Okay.
I'm not from around here. I'm over in Kansas, there's a place called Weir, Kansas.
Oh, okay. I know.
Well, every week, do you know where that is? Wow, okay. So every week they have music over here on Saturday nights, and my wife and I would come over and I usually leave the night. She does a lot of the singing and playing. Yeah, it's made out of tools. See, it's got hammers, so it's got claw feet, and then you can see all them forks. Yeah, underneath his chin. See, that's his
Big axes for horns.
that's his little goatee there.
Big axes for horns.
Yeah. See, and then the ribs, they're made out of hay
Pitchforks.
hooks or hay forks. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And then see, those goats will eat tin cans. And that's why he's got tin cans stuck beside him. Actually, they don't eat the can. What they do is they eat the label off the
We
can.
have goats.
And they eat the glue off from that label.
That's hilarious. Hey, honey. Charlie. You noticed the shoes. My stepdad noticed the shoes.
Huh?
My stepdad noticed the feet were here out there.
That's hilarious, though.
That's all he noticed.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Look at his tail.
Oh, that's a hoe, right?
Yeah, it's just a little hoe.
Bent back hoe.
Hand tool. Something you'd have in your garden. Or a hand tool.
That's hilarious.
Oh, he needs to hear the story about the bridge.
You want the bridge. Now, did I ever tell you the story about that bridge? Now, see, this is a real unique bridge. The bottom of that thing looks like a tuning fork. Now, there's only two places this side of this side of the Mississippi, where you can actually go up and you can hear music. And Lowell special ordered that thing, and it's like a tuning fork underneath there. And then being how it's grounded, it acts like an antenna. So at certain times of the day, and whenever the moon and stuff is just right, you can actually hear music if you put your ear to that bridge. Here, I'll show you. Now, we picked it up a while ago.
You ready to hear the music from the bridge?
No.
This side over here, I don't know why, but this side seems to work a little better than that side. Wait just a second here. Yeah, try it.
Listen to him.
You know what you hear? Heavy metal.
But,
I made that one up myself.
Belle Star, did you read anything about
You
Belle Star?
remember Belle Star, the woman outlaw? She used to be an old outlaw back in the western days. And she was a cattle wrestler and all kinds of stuff. Well, this greenhouse over here is the old Belle Star house. And that's when it's good.
I do white hair.
Yeah.
Bender River or Bender Junction or something about Bender. She used to like the
Hello, guys. Hello, ducky. You friendly? You want to try to pet it?
younger beans.
Try to pet it.
Younger beans. Like younger. And there was a band.
And I'm not. No.
Whoa!
Nope. He's like, nope, don't touch me. And this guy's freaking out now, like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yep. Stop doing that. You made me flinch. I'll give you that. I didn't want you to touch my camera. Oh, here's a little
Your wife
cat
said this was
drag.
all a cornfield.
There.
And he come in here and
Cat.
he dug the trenches and stuff because they don't have trenches in cornfields. And then the cemetery over here is really neat.
Connor.
Now, in that cemetery, see, nobody's...
Look at those flowers right there. See them?
Yeah.
They pretty?
Buried on this land. They go right over here at the gateway where you go into the property. And you can see a little headstone down there. And then if you look on top of that pillar, there's a bunch of tools and stuff. And that was the guy who laid all the stones and all the foundations for all these buildings. So that's the only one that's buried there now. And every town had to have a cemetery. So what he did was he dug the pond up. And that's the water you see, because there's no pond in the cornfield. And then all the excess dirt, he made that hill. Because there's no hills in the cornfield. And then he went around to these old cemeteries. See, and every so often, families will replace the headstones. So when they replace the headstones, they got the old headstones. And that's where all these tombstones come in.
That's not where the hammer is.
Now then, if you look also at the foundation of the church,
Stop it, serious. Whoa. Oh, come on, stop
I
it.
don't know everything about it, but quite a bit.
Haha.
That's for the cabinet. You can see it's pretty added on. Here's the gas station. Back in Route 66 was actually really being strong. He was coming with a little small community,
beautiful. Sounds like a farmer's nightmare to me.
Go ahead and talk to you. I told you about what I know.
Thank you so much.
mom listens to this. She's down there doing stuff, so I'm filming